Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Alakeoge YouTube channel. Today's tutorial is on how to draft a basic pant sloper. So, we'll be drafting a pant sloper today. And if you've been having problem with your pants, you must watch this tutorial. It will be very, very helpful. So, if you're taking your waist to hip measurements for your trouser, you must place your tape right on where you want your pants to sit so that you don't have any crotch issue. I think that's where most issues were, where the hip to the waist to the hip length is too long. It will affect the crotch. So I'm just saying, let us know this before we start drafting. And these are the measurements we're going to need: the waist, hip, the thigh, the waist to the hip, which I'm emphasizing that is very important. You measure right on where you place your pants. It is very important. So measure that. And also the waist to the knee, the round ankle, and also the pants length. So make sure that all these measurements are taken accurately. So please, and also make sure that it's free, not too tight around here, so that it will not have any kind of problem when you're drafting your pattern. So now we're going to start off by measuring the waist to the hip measurements. That's vertically, and from me here it's 7 inches. So I measure from where I place my pants to the fullest part of my hip. So if you're making yours, please just measure that. So I'm going to input that on the pattern paper, the 7 inches, and I'm just going to do it on a dotted line, then square down the line like so. Then the next one is to input the crotch depth. The crotch, to calculate your crotch line, you're going to be dividing your hip divided by 4. My hip is 36, so 36 divided by 4 equals to 9. That's why I'm marking 9 inches right there. So just divide your hip by 4, and that will serve as your crotch line. So that will be for your crotch line. So I'm just going to label that this is the hip line and this is the crotch line. Then I'll measure from the waist to the knee. That means you're going to take your tape measure where your pants will sit to the top of your knee. Don't measure on below or around your knee. It must be on top of it so that you're able to walk freely. And for me, it's 18 inches. I'm just going to square down that line like so. And I will label that line the knee line. So the length of the paper will serve as the line. So I've just labeled up there the waist line. Then on the hip line, I'm going to divide the hip by 4, and the 36 by 4 equals to 9. I'll input that on the pattern paper. Then I'll add ½ inch to that. In order for our pants to sit properly, you add ½ inch to your waist and your hip measurements. Then the thigh measurement, you divide it by 2. My thigh is 22, so 22 divided by 11 by 2 equals to 11. I'm going to put that on the crotch line. So don't forget to add ½ inch to the hip measurements there. So whatever you have on your hip line, you're going to take it to your waist line, and that's 9.5. And from that 9.5, we're going to come in by ½ inch. So from that ½ inch, you connect it to the measurements you have on your hip line and to your crotch line. So from the ½ inch, you can see where I placed my curve ruler to where we have the hip measurement plus ½ inch. Then I connect it to the thigh measurement on the crotch line, and that's how you're going to create your curve right there. So the waist, my waist is 28, so 28 divided by 4 equals to 7. Then I'll add 1 inch for that allowance. That's why I mark 8 inches. So you're going to place your hip curve right on it, and you just make a straight line like so, a curve line like so. And to create that, I'll be using 4 inches instead of 3.5. So divide your ball span by 2, then add ½ inch to that. Mine is 7, so 7 divided by 2 equals 3.5 plus ½ inch equals 4. On that 4, you're going to divide your or dart by 2. So my dart is length is 1 inch. So 1 divided by 2, half, that's why I take half on both sides, then I connect it. The length of the dart for the front is 5 inches. So now you're going to come to the knee line and you come in by 1 inch. So for someone like me that I'm not, like, I don't have big butt, you can do 1 inch. If the person has a big butt, like the person has a maybe the bum is not too big, you do 1.25. And if the person has very big bum, those big size bum, you do 1.5 on that side. So you're going to place your curve ruler like this, your hip curve, the way I go. So see the way I'm doing it up there, and down here you're going to place your curve just like the way I place it right now, so that you won't take too much allowance in there. So you're just going to make your curve. This is done so that the leg is not straight, so as to have a curve effect there. So you're going to take that 1 inch to the jam part. Yours might be 1.5 or 1.25 depending on how big your bum is. So you're just going to use your discretion to know, okay, this person bum is big, this is moderate, or the person does not have really big bum. So you're just going to use your discretion in order to get the accurate one they're going to use. So now we've ruled down that line. So on the knee line, you're going to input your round knee measurement. So my round knee is 16. So 16 divided by 2 equals to 8. And on that line, I'll input the 8 inches. Then you take your ruler and connect it to your crotch area like so. So on the ankle, that is, we have the ankle, my round ankle is 12. So 12 divided by 2 equals to 6. So from where you have that line already, just mark your 6 inches. Then you connect it straight to the knee line like so. And that is it for the front pattern. So just write your annotation: front, cut 2 pieces right there. Then you're going to just cut off the excess paper. We don't add allowance to the front pattern, we add all our allowance to the back pattern. So this is the front pattern. I'm just going to place a fresh pattern paper below it, and that's what you're going to use to cut out the back. So just place your pattern paper right there very well. So, and the back pattern is 2 inches longer around around the crotch area is 2 inches longer. So make sure your pattern is 2 inches longer from the front. So for the back, I'm just going to pin down the front pattern to the back pattern in order to get out the accurate measurement right there. So up there, you've come up by 2 inches. So extend your lines on your back pattern. So I'm just going to extend the line, the hip line, the crotch line, and also the knee line, because we're going to be adding extra allowances right around that area. So now I told us that they're going to come up by 2 inches there. So connect the line there. So from where you do the 2 inches, you're going to come out by 1.5 inches. Then on the hip line, you come out by 2.25. 2 inches and 2.25. You're going to come out there. And on the crotch line, you come out by 3 inches. And on the knee line, you're going to come out by 2 inches. And also on the ankle too. On the ankle right there, move the camera right. So going to come out by 2 inches too. Then you're going to connect those together like so. So I'm going to connect from here, and to the crotch. I'm going to connect it right to the crotch area too. Then I'm also going to move the camera so I can see that up there very well. So I'm going to connect from where we come out from 1.5 to where we come out 2.25 on the hip line, and also 3 inches on the crotch line. I hope we get those measurements. And you're going to use the curve line. We come up by 2 inches from up there. So from where we come out from 1.5, just going to connect it straight to the side seam. The side seam is always equal. So I'm just extending the line of the dart so as to show it on the back, so that when I remove the front pattern, I will know where I'm placing my darts on the back. So this is it for the front pattern. So I'm just going to cut out the excess pattern paper, the excess paper that I have there on the back, and continue. So I'm just cutting out the excess paper right there. So up there we've come up 2 inches longer up, so that means the back pattern will be shorter below. So just add extra paper to that. So I'm just going to add extra pattern paper to it. You can add the extra pattern paper up there, or you come down here and add extra pattern paper depending on how you want it. So I'll just want to do it bottom right here. So depending on how you want it, you might add your extra pattern paper to it at the top, or you do it down here, whichever catches your fancy. So I'm just taping the pattern paper to extra pattern paper to it. Then you connect so that you know that you connect it accurately, and you connect. So I'm just extending. Then I'll do the extension properly, the extension for the back. So I'm just going to do that. Then I'll cut off the excess paper right there. So I'm just going over here. Make sure you come out by 2 inches right there, and on the side 1.25, on the hip line 2.25, on the crotch line 3 inches, on the knee line 2 inches, and on the ankle line 2 inches, like that. So I'm just going to be extending the line right there, because they have a little thing to tweak there. So I'm just extending the line right there and just going to label it, give it the labelings they have. So before we do that, let's just finish up our dart. So the dart length for the back is 6 inches. I know we've already marked out the line already, so you're just going to connect the darts like so. So you're going to write your back and you cut 2 pieces for that. The annotation is important. So, and you're just going to label the back. So now on the crotch line there, or for the back pattern, you come down by 0.25. You come down by 0.25, and you're going to use your curve ruler to connect it to the hip line like so, just where I place my curve, and you're going to cut off that. This will enable the pants to sit properly at the back, and it will not give any kind of like tightness or some kind of thing there. So just cut off that excess paper that you have there. So now there's no need to add any other allowance. This is the only allowance you need. So if you're sewing this pattern, like if you use this pattern to cut out your fabric, there's no need to add allowance. Just use 1/2 inch to join it all around, and it's going to fit perfectly. So this is all for our pants drafting. So thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel, and to all the the existing subscribers, I really appreciate you. So thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you find this tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any question, ask your question right in the comment section down below. I'll catch you in my next tutorial. Bye.